It's just the beginning of a world unknown. Our pages of stories are just being told, and it goes on and on. And it's where we belong. Oh, this moment that we're lost in, ever more than I imagined, our forever, oh, has just begun. My only one, I can feel it in the mystery, every step in, every heartbeat, to forever, you and I will run. My only one. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright. Darling, it's been a long and lonely winter. Darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright. The smile turning to the faces.
Welcome everyone to the wedding of Nicholas Wesley and Emily Black. While we are joined by family and friends who became family, Nick and Emily would like to take a moment to acknowledge the loved ones who cannot be with us in person but are here with us in spirit. Especially Nick's extended family in Argentina, who unfortunately couldn't make it to Sydney to be here today, but are eagerly awaiting Nick and Emily's next visit to continue the celebrations. Life is a beautifully unpredictable journey. Sometimes smooth, sometimes bumpy, but infinitely better with someone to share the experience. Finding that forever person is one of life's greatest joys. And it's often the little moments that make up the big memories. Shared laughter over inside jokes, a quiet coffee together in the sunshine, or those nights where nothing happens but everything feels right. The ultimate declaration of that connection is being joined together in marriage. Marriage is more than just a legal bond. It's a commitment to braving all stages of life as a single unit. At its heart, it's two people experiencing life's ups and downs and all the magic in between. These two incredible humans in front of us have found that person that they want to share life's marvels with, which is what has brought us all here today. Nick and Emily's story kicked off with a tackle on the soccer field when they both played for Chatswood Rangers under-9s. Emily was the only girl on the team and absolutely blitzed everyone with her bend-it-like-Beckham-esque soccer skills. Though the two played on the same team for 8 years, it wasn't until they were teenagers and they'd gotten to know each other better over MSN that Nick finally plucked up the courage to ask Emily to be his girlfriend in the romantic setting of the Isle of Toys R Us. Many years have passed since that day, and Nick and Emily have experienced just about every season of life together, growing as individuals but thriving as a couple. Travel has played a big role in their story. From their first trip together to Melbourne at 19, which was Emily's first time on a plane, escalating to Emily's first time overseas when they went to Argentina in 2015. It was during this trip that Emily met Nick's Argentine side of the family, who reside in a small town in the breathtaking Andes Mountains. This was a foundational time in their relationship, as Emily was able to experience and learn about the culture that had so greatly influenced Nick's upbringing. These shared experiences abroad brought them closer than ever and helped shape the strong connected partnership that they have today. Before settling into their cozy life together in their current home, Nick and Emily navigated all the phases of early adulthood. From Emily's quieter, more low-key solo living stints, to Nick's, slightly more chaotic share house experience. We're talking questionable fridge contents, a rotating cast of guests, and some parties that started on Friday night and didn't end until sometime on Sunday afternoon. Eventually, they found their groove together and a location they could both agree on, moving into their Annandale home in 2022. It was the first place that was truly theirs. A place for them, their cat Tilly, and soon enough, baby Elio, because somewhere along the way, the duo became a trio. On Valentine's Day 2024, they found out they were expecting a baby. It was a bit of a shock, with Nick admitting at first that he was shitting himself. But once it sunk in, it felt right, and the couple were absolutely over the moon. Elio arrived in September of that year, and everything changed in the best way. They've found their rhythm together as parents, and their little family is their proudest adventure so far. Somewhere along that journey, Nick managed to squeeze in the proposal. Originally, they were meant to be booking a huge Euro trip with cousin Dave and Suze. But once Elio's arrival was imminent, they decided they would pivot to a baby moon. A baby moon in Fiji. Nick wasn't sure if he should propose on the trip because he didn't want it to be just because of the baby, but just in case, he snuck a ring into his suitcase. After a week on the mainland, which was beautiful but a little too busy for the couple, they moved to an island called Tokariki. Due to damage on the island a few months earlier, access to Tokariki had been closed. Excitingly, Nick and Emily were part of the first group of 10 people to go back to the resort since it opened. Nick was determined to tick off his list of firsts on the island. The first guest to jump into the pool, the first guest to order a drink at the swim-up bar, and unbeknownst to Emily, and at the time Nick as well, the first couple to get engaged. Due to the small guest numbers, the ratio of staff to guests was about 3-1, so Nick became fast friends with the bar manager. He kindly suggested that Nick should sign up to the unlimited drinks package. Not needing to be told twice, Nick headed to the concierge to lock it in, and it was there that he stopped and looked around and decided this was where he was going to pop the question. So he asked the staff if they could help him out. What followed was a proposal so over the top, it could have only been orchestrated by a professional team of 10 people. But if anyone asks, it was 100% Nick's idea. The staff were thrilled to be planning their first post-hurricane engagement, so they pulled out all the stops. The couple watched the sunset from a helipad, had romantic writing in the sand, musicians serenading them, and even security to keep nosy guests away. Emily had spotted this security hiding in the bushes earlier and figured that something must have been up. The occasion was much more extravagant than either of them had anticipated, but it was still an intimate moment shared between the two of them, exactly how they wanted it. In a sweet gesture, Nick and Emily passed on the namesake of this sentimental place to Elio through his middle name Ricky, a tribute to their little one who had made this magical moment possible. A big part of what makes Nick and Emily's relationship so strong is that together they balance each other out. Nick brings the enthusiasm, the spontaneity, the party. Emily brings the calm, the stability, the voice of reason. One of Nick's favourite things about Emily is that she lets him be authentically himself. She's supportive of his impulsive tendencies, but she also grounds him when he needs a reality check. He also proudly admits that she's one of the best footballers that he's ever seen, and if it weren't for an unfortunate ACL injury, he could have easily seen her playing for the Matildas. Emily says that Nick is endlessly patient, especially when she needs space or just isn't ready to talk. He never pushes, he just waits. And when she's ready, he's always there. If she is procrastinating or struggling with decision-making, a wedding being a prime example, Nick will go ahead and lock it in with her blessing just to take the weight off her shoulders. So what does the future look like for these two childhood sweethearts? More kids, probably 2, maybe 3, possibly 4 if someone wins the lottery. More travel and more adventures. They've dreamed about leaving Sydney one day, maybe up the Central Coast, in a house with a backyard near the beach. But for now, they are just as content with experiencing the world as one unit, as a family, as husband and wife. So let's get these two hitched. Woo! I am duly authorised by law to solemnise marriages according to law. Before you are joined in marriage in my presence, and in the presence of these witnesses, I am to remind you of the solemn and binding nature of this relationship in which you are now about to enter. Marriage, according to law in Australia, is the union of two people to the exclusion of all others, voluntarily entered into for life. Alrighty. Do you, Nicholas Wesley, take Emily Black to be your wife? Do you promise to love Emily, to comfort her, to honour her, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful only to her for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
All right, so I'll get you to repeat after me. Sure. I call upon the persons here present
I call upon the persons here present
that I, Nicholas Henry Wellesley Wesley,
that I, Nicholas Henry Wellesley Wesley,
take thee, Emily Grace Black,
take thee, Emily Grace Black,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
Do you, Emily Black, take Nicholas Wesley to be your husband? Do you promise to love Nick, to comfort him and honour him for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and health, and forsaking all others, be faithful only to him for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
All right, so I get you to repeat after me. I call upon the persons here present
I call upon the persons here present
to witness that I, Emily Grace Black,
to witness that I, Emily Grace Black,
take thee, Nicholas Henry Wellesley Wesley,
take thee, Nicholas Henry Wellesley Wesley,
to be my wedded husband.
to be my wedded husband.
Okay, for Elio's big moment, could you please bring the rings? In marriage, a ring symbolizes unity. It is a perfect circle with no beginning and no end. The ring represents infinite love and commitment between a couple. Traditionally worn on the fourth finger of the left hand, believed to have a vein that leads directly to the heart, the ring also signifies emotional connection and devotion. These rings serve as an eternal sign of the love that Nick and Emily have for one another. So I'll get you to repeat after me again. Emily, this ring is my promise
Emily, this ring is my promise
that I will always love you,
that I will always love you,
cherish you, and honour you.
cherish you and honour you.
And you can put on her finger. Okay. Emily, I'll get you to repeat after me. Nick, this ring is my promise
Nick, this ring is my promise
that I will always love you,
that I will always love you,
cherish you, and honour you.
cherish you, and honour you.
Now you put the ring. It is now time for one last grand gesture. You may now kiss the bride.
Following the morning star, it was all a motion picture. Sure as the river finds the sea.
It is my honour to introduce to you for the first time Mr. and Mrs. Wesley.
Better than we hoped for, better than we dreamed it could be. From now until forevermore, I know it will always be you and me, you and me. Writing letters in the sand, letting go of expectations, more than just a passing glance, more than just a destination. Let us hear, and now we see it. Better than we hoped for, better than we dreamed it could be. From now until forevermore, I know it will always be you and me. Yeah, you and me. Oh, you and me. You and me. You and me.
I'd just like to say also how amazing the bridal party all looked. Could everyone hear me? tug your ear if you can hear me. Okay, so I have been told that we've got to keep the speeches short, and after a little coercion, I have been persuaded. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so on behalf of Beck and myself, we'd like to welcome everyone to this beautiful setting and thank you all. Hello. Hello. And welcome everyone to this beautiful setting. And thank you all for being here to share in the celebration of Emily and Nick's very special day. Hello. We know some of you have travelled long distances to be here, so we recognise that too. It's hard to believe our little Emily is all grown up. We have so many wonderful memories. And what a beautiful person she has grown into. We are very proud and we love you. Nick?
My turn.
Nick has been around for so long. He is a part of the furniture. And a very special and important piece of furniture. We are very proud and happy to welcome you officially to the family. Hello. Do I sound funny? Oh yeah, hi. Something to say? It has been a joy to watch Emily and Nick grow together and build their lives with each other and start their own family. Hello, Elio.
Hello.
Hi. We wish them well for a long, happy and healthy life together. On that note, if you'd please be upstanding and raise glasses. To Emily and Nick.
Well, hello everybody.
Hello.
What a night, what an evening. Full moon and all. Hello, Elio. He's smiling. Well, isn't this a wonderful day? And to celebrate this special occasion for Emily and Nicholas. Nick and Emily, both independent thinkers, found common ground at the age of 16 on the side of the soccer field. And now 13 years later, baby in tow, they still find a reason to look forward to their future together. In fact, the wedding date had to be squeezed in between soccer and marathons and the like. Now, this is an old-fashioned thing to say, but Emily, welcome into the Wesley family. We wish you both, all three of you actually, all the best for a very happy future together.
And it gives us great pleasure to be here with you all today to celebrate Emily and Nicholas's wedding, especially as in this day and age, getting married is a choice not everybody takes. A bonus for us has been getting to know Emily's family. Yay! I'd like to say what a great job Nick and Em have done in organising this wedding with family and friends. It's been such an amazing venue, a setting, and look, they've even managed to put on the weather. And Nicholas convinced and was assured us that yes, the 6th of September, it's always fine. And he was right. And, you know, what an amazing place. So well done. Yeah, and as I say, they even managed to arrange a sunny day. I come from a family of travellers, and we are now starting to establish roots in Australia. It's a special occasion for the Burley family, as Nicholas is the first of his Australian cousins to be married in this country. So well done, Nick, for that. Made his grandmother very proud. We're sorry that Rocky's brothers and their families couldn't be here from Argentina. They send all their love and best wishes. It's lovely that Emily has met most of them already, and now little Elio will get the chance to visit Bariloche and meet the ever-growing Wesley clan. Yay! So Emily, I'd like to welcome you to the Wesley Wives Club. It's a very special group of independent women whose numbers are growing. I hope you get the chance to connect with a new generation of Wesley wives in Argentina and get the welcome that I have had over the years with my counterparts, Mercedes and Laura. Nicholas, we are so proud of the kind, caring, responsible man you've become. It's been a joy watching you grow, and we're looking forward to seeing what the future holds for you and for Emily. Wishing you both good health and happiness as you to take on the world together. To Nick and Em, congratulations and thanks for a fantastic evening and wedding.
Thank you everyone for joining us for the special day that Nick has been dreaming about since he was a little boy. I'm especially happy Em could join us here today. I was going to say... For Nick's wedding. I was planning on saying we finally know what a Saturday looks like with Em not going to a park run, but if anyone's checked their Strava today, Richmond Park Run has a new world record time. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dave, sometimes known as Cousin Dave, Nick's best man. I've known Nick since I was born. In that time, we've hung out a fair bit together, whether that be in the bath or at family gatherings. More recently at the pub, when we're lucky, all three of those at once in one day. And the word that comes to mind ahead of all others when I think of Nick is loyal. Nick's one of the most loyal people that you'll ever meet. But what is it that he's loyal to? For one, he's very loyal to his Chatswood Rangers. They're around here somewhere. Give me an R. Although it seems like he might have just thought that's a good place to pick up chicks. Chick. He's loyal to the concept of tattoos. If you have the misfortune of going a couple of months without seeing Nick, you might notice a bit of ink has just popped up somewhere. I'm pretty sure he's said earlier that he's going to get the group photo of everyone engraved on his arse later. Make sure to ask about that later on. He's loyal to his stories, whether they be true or not. A fair few people here have fallen victim, myself including, to the story of Nick comes back from Argentina claiming to have an Argentinian girlfriend. Only really told me a couple of years ago that didn't happen. This was I'll say it's back when you were 9 or 10 or something. It wasn't we didn't know him back then. He's loyal to his mates and he's loyal to Em. I got to say, when I first met Em, I was a little bit surprised, partly because I thought Nick had a girlfriend in Argentina. And partly just because of how sort of different they appeared to be at that first instance. But of course, for everyone here, we know that they've grown separately as a couple, as a family, and they have such like a perfect balance together that it's really no surprise that they've ended up together. When the happy couple was introduced earlier today, part of me thought, about fucking time. But another part thought, these two are doing everything in their own way, at their own time, at their own pace, and couldn't be happier for them for doing it like that. No heckling, please, sir. So, Nick, stay loyal to you, and I know everything will be fine. Cheers to Nick and Em.
G'day everyone, I'm Daniel. I have been friends with these two for quite some time. I was actually friends with Emily first, even though I'm part of the groom's party. We went to school together. Even back then, she was the same girl she is today. Have a very athletic, super competitive, just crushed it at everything. But that same spirit that she had out on the soccer pitch, she brought to the beers. I can remember a few times at the end of the night where she left it all out on the pitch, and she ended up with her head in a pot, you know. I remember her 21st. At the end of that night, it was sort of like a scene from Weekend at Bernie's. She was flopping out of the taxi, and we were helping her up into, I think there was a flat where your aunties and uncles were staying, and we had to carry you up the stairs. But you attacked that night with gusto. Very impressive. Thank you. But yeah, that passion for running, you're also a good influence on me. You got me into parkrun. It was great. I love parkrun. We often talked about running over the years. You know, something, a passion that we've shared. But, you know, I also ran with Nick twice in parkrun. We also did some short distance running. Running to the bar to hit last drinks or another round. You know, you're built for sprints. Yeah. Did you like that joke? Oh, we've had a lot of good times over the years. I'm very proud to call you both my friends. As Dave was saying, you're both incredibly loyal people, very genuine, very caring and giving, and I'm proud to call you my friends. I'm proud to be here today. Proud to see you ticking off milestones in the last few years, moving in together, having Elio starting a family, and now moving forward as husband and wife. It's really beautiful to see. I'm very, very happy. So cheers to you guys. I love you guys.
Couple things quickly. All my stories are true. And I did have a girlfriend in Argentina. She just didn't have social media. So Em's got this thing about me lacking in emotional maturity. I'm not very comfortable about expressing my emotions in public. So much so that I've only ever cried once as an adult, and that was watching the 2022 Grand Final World Cup when Argentina won. And one of the last things she said to me this morning before we broke off was, "You better cry when you see me down the aisle." And then watching her go down, it was really hard not to. Definitely did shed a couple of tears then. And it's quite funny. It seems to be a theme of football throughout today, which was, again, what I'll be talking about now. To think it all began as a couple of kids on the football field. Can't remember much of the Chatswood Rangers under 9s, but anybody, anybody who does, you'd find that there's always a common theme. That there's this one girl in the team that would dominate. And that's the kind of stories that happened right up until 18s when we stopped playing together. Really sucked for me. I love the spotlight. And I'm very competitive. Always overlooked. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but along the way it stopped seeing each other as football players. Call it biology, chemistry. And suddenly it wasn't the player on the field, but the person in the jersey that started catching my eye. Other than Emma also being the best looking person on the field. Pretty consistently. But we do have, it is very special. It's not very common that you have people together for so long and from such a young age. It means we've gone through so many milestones together. Being there to support one another through high school graduations, going to unis together, one of us finishing biology on the first go, the other person taking 3 more attempts, and then quickly turning a 3-year nursing degree into 6. But then being there for each other. Despite suddenly, after those 6 years of studying, decides to completely throw it all out the window and go into sales. Something that wouldn't have been possible without having my rock by me and encouraging me to do what I need to. Em said this line a little while ago, and it's something I've never been able to forget. When people have been together from such a young age, you either grow together or you grow apart. And it's something we've definitely grown together. And I feel like each day we're growing closer and closer together. As much as I'd like to take credit for all of the organising tonight, we definitely had a few people helping out. There are a lot of people helping out. Just to name a couple, we had aunties, we had parents, we had Cindy organising the flowers, Amy who's made this amazing cake that we'll see later, Lily doing all the signs today as well, which is exceptional. So much people have put so much effort in today. Cousin Dave, you're like family to me. I feel like I've known you all my life, or more importantly, all your life. It's also his birthday tomorrow, and it's George's birthday today. We got a cake, don't worry. Finally, the last thank you I'd like to give is to my wife.
I knew you were going to do that.
Thank you for agreeing to marry me. Thank you for letting me take the reins on this wedding. I know you wanted to elope, but I think you can agree it's been pretty good so far. Thank you for always supporting me through impulsive and my irrational decisions. Thank you for being the most amazing mum to our beautiful little boy, who is way past his bedtime and so overactive right now. I met the love of my life when I was 9 years old. It took me 6 years to realise it. And then only 13 years later, I finally got to marry her. Thank you all. I hope you guys have a great night. Finally, the last thank you I'd like to give is to my wife.
I knew you were going to do that.
Thank you for agreeing to marry me. Thank you for letting me take the reins on this wedding. I know you wanted to elope, but I think you can agree it's been pretty good so far. Thank you for always supporting me through impulsive and my irrational decisions. Thank you for being the most amazing mum to our beautiful little boy, who is way past his bedtime and so overactive right now. I met the love of my life when I was 9 years old. It took me 6 years to realise it. And then only 13 years later, I finally got to marry her. Thank you all. I hope you guys have a great night.